What did you make of that, Jordan, to be suddenly appearing on Meghan Markle's podcast?
Well, the first thing I make of it is that her voice drips with the same falsehood that the voice of Kamala Harris drips with. Damn! It's this sanctimonious, faux compassionate, talking down to her audience and trying to be sure that we're all really on the same compassionate page here, and we're all being victimized by terrible forces that are arrayed against us, and none of that's really fair.
Meghan Markle does not represent black people in the United States. I don't know if you knew that.
No question she doesn't. Don't worry, I'm very familiar. Doesn't represent anybody.
Of course
other
not.
than a very elite, hypocritical group of people.
Prince Harry and Meghan, we don't give a f***. America don't give a f*** about you.
You're goddamn right.
Keep your shows, keep your drama, keep all that nonsense. That's for you British people to fake care about. We do not give a f***. We don't care.
We don't care.
Let me tell you. We don't care. Jerry.
Meg does her little phony like, I'm so busy just doing so much wealthy stuff. I have the show, the podcast, I'm a duchess.
So busy.
What?
It was so fake. I was like, oh.
I'm Megan Sussex, and I'm a good person.
You sure about that?
And I'm meeting another good person today, the wonderful Ariana Grande.
Oh my God, Megan, you're such a good person.
Yes, that's why I'm going to talk to you like you're an idiot.
The 60 Minutes interview was a great chance to hear Harry and Meghan's story, in case you missed their 2-hour sit-down with Oprah or their 6-part Netflix documentary.
Prince Harry, whose memoir just broke the Guinness record for fastest-selling nonfiction book of all time. They're now releasing a version for kids. I don't know if you know about this. It's a twist on The Princess and the Pea. It's called The Prince and the Penis, and it's...
Meghan Markle is, of course, a lifelong feminist, which she's demonstrated by marrying a prince and giving up her job.
Jordan Peterson just did something nobody expected. He went on Piers Morgan and absolutely destroyed Meghan Markle in a way that left zero room for debate. In the context, Meghan had used Jordan Peterson's own words in her podcast to make a point about women being called crazy. She thought she was using him to support her narrative.
Raise your hand if you've ever been called crazy or hysterical. Or what about nuts, insane, out of your mind, completely irrational?
I don't think that men can control crazy women.
The use of these labels has been drilled into us from movies and TV, from friends and family, and even from random strangers. And the fact is, no one wants this label.
She played that clip thinking it would help, but it didn't. Jordan Peterson's response was brutal. He called her a liar and exposed the victimhood performance in seconds. But that's not even the biggest revelation. Piers Morgan finally opened up about his personal history with Meghan before she was famous. The relationship they had, the drinks they shared, and how it all ended the night she met Prince Harry. If you're a royal watcher, you absolutely need to stay for that. But first, you need to see how brutal the mockery has been. It starts with a show that got banned for going too hard. Spitting Image created the most savage Meghan parodies ever made, then everything vanished.
Today, we bow our heads in memory of the fallen.
More episodes have been removed from YouTube.
Video scrubbed, content deleted, legal pressure allegedly involved. This is what they didn't want you to see.
I'm preparing my guests some soul food that my British husband calls a packet of crisps. Can be a tricky dish to master, especially when a packet is being f***ing Oh my God, you've been knocked down by the crisps. So vulnerable. I love it.
I'm just down here holding space.
And now, the finishing touches. A flower.
They exposed her Netflix show for what it really was. Performative lifestyle content dressed up as something meaningful. Opening a packet of crisps became soul food preparation.
Like and subscribe to learn how to breathe. How, as a finishing touch, sticking flowers on anything means you made it with love. And I share the secret to a happy marriage. Fuck's sake, H! Don't make me get the electric collar out.
Sorry, love. I think my arm's gone dead.
She's teaching people how to breathe and sticking flowers on random stuff like it's life-changing advice. Spitting Image saw right through the act. Then they show the real relationship dynamic where Harry's getting threatened just for messing up while filming.
Now for the tricky part. Place in microwave. What is microwave? I don't think we have any of that. Harry? Do we have any microwave?
It's a microwave, silly.
Don't talk to me like that, you bitch! I'm a fucking duchess! Ugh! Ugh! Shake that off!
Oh!
This is probably why it got banned. The Duchess' outburst was too close to reality. Spitting Image couldn't fight back like South Park, so they caved and deleted everything. But the ban backfired. News spread like fire on social media, and comedians started piling on, starting with someone who roasted them in front of Hollywood's elite. Joe Coy hosting the Golden Globes meant nobody was safe, and he went straight for Meghan and Harry in front of hundreds of Hollywood's biggest names.
Turns out Prince Harry and Meghan Markle will still get paid millions of dollars for doing absolutely nothing. And that's just by Netflix.
Netflix paid them millions, and nobody can explain what they actually delivered in return. The joke landed because everyone in that room knows how Hollywood deals work. Then Chris Rock took it further on his Netflix special and destroyed the entire racism narrative they built their brand on.
Gone on Oprah, I didn't know. I had no idea how racist they were. It's the royal family. You didn't Google these motherfuckers?
The Oprah interview became her big moment to expose royal racism. Chris Rock had the obvious question nobody else was asking.
What the f*** is she talking about? She didn't know. The fuck? It's the royal family. They're the original racists.
Marrying into a centuries-old monarchy and acting shocked they have issues with race is like joining a casino and being surprised about gambling.
That's like marrying into the Budweiser family and going, they drink a lot. This is invested in slavery like it was Shark Tank.
The comparison destroys any sympathy. You knew what you were signing up for. You just didn't care until it became useful.
They're so racist. They wanted to know how brown the baby's gonna be. I'm like, that's not racist. Because even black people want to know how brown the baby gonna be. Shit.
Normal human curiosity about genetics got turned into evidence of racism. Chris called out the weaponization perfectly. When even basic questions become attacks, you're basically manufacturing victimhood. And Chris wasn't the only one who noticed. Saturday Night Live made them a recurring punchline.
President Trump also announced a new trade deal with the UK that will reopen British markets for American companies. All that Britain demands in return is that we keep these two.
At this point, no one really wants them anywhere. Maybe they should just settle on Mars and call it a day.
Elon built electric cars. He's going to Mars. Why isn't he even involving himself with Twitter? It would be like if the Prince of England gave it all up just to marry an actor from Suits.
Harry gave up his entire life for someone who was barely a supporting character on a cable show. That's the decision being mocked here.
NBC has announced plans for a spin-off to the hit series Suits. It will focus on Meghan Markle's character's struggle to balance her legal career while also caring for an unemployed immigrant.
Weekend Update turned their entire existence into a sitcom setup. When SNL writes your real life as comedy, the joke's already done. But SNL was not done yet.
My brother's fiance, Miss Meghan Markle, is on the American program Suits.
Yes, Wednesdays, 8 p.m, USA Network.
The only difference between that show and this is people watch this one.
Her entire acting career built on a show nobody actually paid attention to. That's the foundation we're talking about.
Whenever the kids are being fussy and not going to bed, she puts on an episode of Suits and they're out. So,
what are you doing?
Ow! Stop it! Stop it!
Suits was genuinely boring. Only people with nothing better to do could sit through entire episodes. Other comedians were lining up to take their shots. Jimmy Carr went after the patterns everyone noticed.
The royal family, right, if you can imagine, they're like our Kardashian. Prince Harry is very much our Kanye. He occasionally dresses as a Nazi, and he f***ed up.
Some things follow you forever and ever. No amount of charity work erases certain choices.
Harry and Meghan say they'd now like to split their time between spending your money in the UK and spending your money in Canada.
The hypocrisy was obvious. Leave the monarchy, but keep the money in titles. Carr called it out, then Kelly Osbourne torched the victim mentality they hid behind.
I think Harry's a twat. He's a whining, whinging, complaining, woe is me, I'm the only one that's ever had mental problems.
She was done with the woe is me act from someone born into privilege most people can't imagine.
Like, my life was so hard. Everybody's life is hard.
Yeah,
you were the prince of a goddamn country who dressed up as a fucking Nazi, and now you're trying to come back as the Pope? Suck it.
Past actions don't disappear because you want them to. The rebrand attempt is transparent when everyone remembers the original. These comedians were calling out the same thing Jordan Peterson would later articulate. The fake compassion, the manufactured victimhood, the performance. Everyone saw it. And if you think that's brutal, just wait until you hear what Piers Morgan reveals about his personal experience with Meghan. Trust me, you need to stick around for that one. The story he tells proves everything these comedians have been saying with receipts to back it up. But first, it wasn't just the big names going after her. The internet joined in, and even late night hosts couldn't resist. Jimmy Fallon went after Meghan's lifestyle content, and it was perfectly aimed.
Why does Meghan Markle make her own pretzel bags?
They don't know why.
That's interesting. She takes it from one bag and puts it in another bag.
It's another bag.
And that confuses people.
Repackaging pretzels became the symbol of everything wrong with her brand. Out of touch, performative, pretending basic tasks are revolutionary. Influencers with millions of followers saw the opening and created parody videos mocking her entire Netflix show.
Take the snack out of one bag and then move them into another bag and then label this new bag, even though this bag already has a label on.
The absurdity was too perfect not to mock, treating ordinary activities like groundbreaking lifestyle innovations when it's just moving snacks between bags.
How I prepare water for my guests. Some water that I got from the spring in my backyard. Whatever you do, don't use tap water. I'm just gonna sneak a taste. You flower petal. H is always calling water water, and there you have it.
Preparing water with flower petals. Because if regular water isn't fancy enough, this is the fake compassion Peterson called out. Pretending to teach something meaningful while being completely disconnected from reality.
Any type of flower arranging is just telling a story. What story do you want to tell? Maybe leave the country. Maybe disown your dad. Be creative with it.
The parody suggestions cut deep. Leave the country, disown your dad. Influencers exposed the hypocrisy, turning the lifestyle brand into viral mockery that reached millions. Nobody was buying it. Some watched just to confirm how insufferable it was, and one comedian did exactly that. Simon Brodkin sat down and watched their entire Netflix documentary, thinking maybe he'd understand their perspective.
I watched the Harry and Meghan Netflix documentary. Now, I'll be honest with you, before I watched it, I was not a fan of theirs, but now I've actually heard their side of the story, I hate them.
Going in neutral and coming out with pure hatred, that's the unique effect their content has on people.
They started off and they're making interesting points about racism and misogyny. Then they start calling each other H&M, and I just thought, oh, off.
They opened with real issues that deserved attention, then destroyed any goodwill by acting like a performative couple brand with cringe nicknames.
Harry starts describing this one date with Meghan as the night, let me quote you here, me and M pulled the pin on a fun grenade. I actually started rooting for Prince Andrew.
When your words are so cringe, they make the worst family members seem preferable, you've really accomplished something.
Harry says, how do you explain to someone who's just started dating that they have to curtsy to your own grandmother?
How do you explain that you bow to your grandmother and that you will need to curtsy, especially to an American? Like, that's weird.
And I'm thinking, maybe just tell her that your grandmother is the fucking queen.
Royal protocol isn't complicated. She's the queen, just mentioned that up front. But Harry framed basic communication like an unsolvable problem.
They were complaining that to pay for their own security. They were not happy about that. Yeah, they were very worried about their safety, which I get that aspect of things. After 6 episodes, I wanted to attack them.
6 episodes later, viewers fantasized about being the security threat. That's how unwatchable it became. They had legitimate points, then destroyed everything with performative behavior and zero self-awareness. Even people wanting to understand left hating them more. Now, the moment you've been waiting for. The Piers Morgan story that proves everything Peterson diagnosed.
I followed 4 of the stars of Suits on Twitter. Yeah. Within 5 minutes, I got this direct message from Meghan Markle.
A private message,
yeah. And it said, hey, I'm a big fan, and I'm so excited you're following me. And this is
she said to you.
This was about 3 years ago. And
she initiated the whole thing, reached out directly, played the fan card, started building the connection. Strategic from day one.
I replied, and then another guy in Suits who plays another character, he got involved too. And we corresponded quite regularly on Twitter, publicly and privately. She began sending me early copies of Friendship Building.
Regular contact, both public and private. She sent him early episodes, kept him engaged, invested in keeping the relationship active.
She then said, I'm coming to London to watch the tennis with Serena Williams. I know Serena well too. She said, would you like to meet up for a drink? I said, come to my local pub. We had 2 hours in the pub. She had a couple of dirty martinis, had a couple of pints. We got on brilliantly.
When she came to London, she specifically arranged to meet him. 2 hours in a pub, drinks, conversation, building what looked like genuine friendship.
And then I put her in a cab, and it turned out to be a cab that took her to a party where she met Prince Harry. And then the next night they had a solo dinner together, and that was the last I ever heard from Meghan Markle.
Piers put her in a cab that night. She went straight to a party, met Prince Harry, had dinner with him the next night. That was the last Piers ever heard from her. Complete ghosting the second a bigger opportunity appeared.
She ghosted me, Ryan. Meghan Markle ghosted me. I just think she's a slight social climber, I'm afraid. And when I see the way, look, at her wedding, there was only one member of her family there. The rest couldn't be risked.
Piers calls her a social climber and has the proof to back it up. Her own father was kept away from the wedding because he didn't fit the brand she wanted. Everything Peterson described was playing out in real time. Once Harry entered the picture, Piers became invisible. Her family faced the same fate, pushed out and deemed too dangerous for the image. Peterson nailed it, pretending to care while constantly playing victim. Everyone who's paid attention says the same. Spitting Image got silenced for showing the truth. Chris Rock tore apart the racism story. Influencers exposed the fake lifestyle content. Simon Brodkin tried to be fair and ended up despising them. Piers revealed how she operates firsthand. The behavior pattern is obvious. Build relationships until they're no longer useful, claim victimhood when it works in your favor, cut people off the moment better options arrive. Piers watched it happen. Her family lived through it. The public witnesses it constantly. After everything Jordan Peterson said and what Piers Morgan experienced, do you think she can bounce back from this? Drop your thoughts in the comments and subscribe for more takedowns.